Hi guys. Today we want to talk about introduction to mastering Google Analytics. So first of all, we'll discuss what is Google Analytics. So it's a very important tool which is used for measuring data in digital media analytics. Uh, and during the this demo, if you have any queries, any doubts, please feel free to type in the questions box that is on your module, which is probably if you look on the module in this below screen sharing, you'll have this option questions. You can click on the questions. You can type any queries you have, so that I can take it up then and there. So first of all, I would like to introduce you about myself. So I am Ankur Maheshwari. I did my engineering from IIT Varanasi. So I have over 9 years of experience in digital media, web analytics. I have worked on digital marketing. I have worked on product management, online and digital product management, including mobile apps, websites. So I've worked on web analytics projects in Wipro, eValueServe, Ozone Media before joining HolidayIQ.com, which was a startup, and finally founding my own startup, CouponExpress.in. So this is my background. If you have any queries, please feel free to raise it anytime during the course of our discussion. So today our objective is first to tell you what is digital media analytics and how you can use it. And then we'll talk about what are the various measurable digital media KPIs which are important that you should measure, you should understand, and you should understand how to use those KPIs for improving your product, improving your websites, improving your mobile apps, any digital medium. And then we'll talk about different requirements by companies which are at different stages. So every company does not have the same requirement when it comes to data tracking, when it comes to measurement of data and taking insightful decisions. We'll look at various requirements by companies at different stages, and we'll understand how they work. And then I'll show you a live Google Analytics account. I'll show you how it looks like, how data is tracked, how things are captured, and how it works. Okay, so I have a question by Rohan. Rohan is asking, what is the difference between digital analytics and traditional analytics? Okay, so guys, digital analytics focuses only on digital mediums. So it focuses on mediums like websites, mobile apps. If you are using any kiosk, digital kiosk, so all the data being tracked in those mediums. Any analytics you do, any study you do using that data will fall into a category of digital media analytics. Whereas traditional analytics is more into banking sector, is more into you can say traditional way of measuring analytics. So in digital medium analytics, the tools we use are fairly different as compared to traditional analytics, where we use mainly SPSS, SAS, R. In digital media analytics, we have separate tools which track data directly from digital mediums such as Google Analytics, Omniture. Then we have other tools like Leapfrog, etc. Okay. Another question is by Suhit Patel. What is KPI? Okay, so Suhit, KPI is a standard corporate term which is used for key performance indicators. So it's a short form. KPI is a short form for key performance indicators. So it's a corporate jargon which people use mainly to understand how their product is performing, how their website is performing, or how their whatever service they are offering, how it is performing. So it's anything that helps you track it is known as key performance indicator. For example, if I want to measure how many people are viewing my website, my one of my key performance indicators will be sessions. So that's how key performance indicators work. That's how we define KPIs. So here we have Annie. Annie is a friend. So she keeps on popping up questions whenever she feels like. So here she's asking, what is the main objective of digital media analytics? So as we discussed, there's a difference between digital media analytics and traditional analytics. So digital media analytics focuses mainly into digital mediums. So if I read through the definition, then it specifies that main objective of digital media analytics is to measure the performance of your digital property and report the information in such a way that actionable insights can be reduced from the reports. Now, this is an important point. So whatever we do, whatever data that we track, it has to be prepared in such a way that decision makers can look at the data and understand, look at the reports and understand what they need to do, how they can improve the things. So it will help you deduce important insights. For example, I'll give you a small example. Let's say I am running a website, and on a daily basis I see my visits are around 10,000 visits a day. Now, one of the days I realized that my visits have fallen down to 100 visits a day, and I'm complaining that I'm not getting sales. So it's very obvious, since my website visits have fallen down, obviously I will not get any sales because there won't be any conversions and there will be any further actions. So all these reports will help you understand how you can convert them into a meaningful information. So all the reports should help you understand how you can improve your product. So now to understand this better, we look into requirements by companies at various stages. So as we discussed that requirement of data and reporting is not same for every person. It's different for companies at various stages. So we'll just look at those requirements, and to make things simple, let's take an example. Let us say we want to analyze an e-commerce company. So an e-commerce company may see various stages in its growth phase, and so accordingly its requirements will change with time to time. So these are the various stages which any company goes through. Of course, there are many more stages, but to make things simple and in perspective, I have broken it down into mainly three stages which are important. So first stage is the inception stage for any product, any company. In our example, it's an e-commerce company. We start with inception. So here small initiatives are taken. So mainly focus is around product. So some bunch of people have an idea, they start creating a product, and then they finalize the features of the product. They talk to few people, they understand whether the features are acceptable in the market or not. They have very limited budgets, so they are not very keen on marketing. So first phase is to set up your product, to validate your product whether it's actually required in the market or not, or what problem are you solving. So during this phase you also learn how users are behaving and how they are reacting to your product. So this stage is mainly an inception stage or product development stage, where you have something to showcase, where you have a product which you want to improve, which you want to work on with a smaller audience, and you want to show that okay, this is the final version of the product which is workable in the market. Next stage, so let me talk about in this stage itself what are the data requirements. So data requirements are mainly around products. So you have to check how users are behaving, so their behavior. Suppose in our example, which was an e-commerce website, the product is an e-commerce website. So now the data that needs to be tracked is how people are behaving on your website. What are the various sections which people like, which people don't like, how they are interacting. Suppose there are clicks, certain clicks, or you are advertising certain products on your home page, how many people are going to those links. If there are any videos, how many people are watching those videos. And if there are certain you can say presentations, so is anyone looking at those presentations or not, where the eyeballs are going, which products are being more popular, categories more popular. So this is mainly inception stage, where you understand how people are reacting to your product. And once you get all the feedback, how people are behaving, how people are working, and how users are working on your product, you can improve your product. So this is an iterative stage where you finalize your product to a certain acceptable market acceptable point. Next comes the growth phase. So in growth phase, now you have already established your product, you have got angel fund or you have got seed round funds, and now you are looking forward to grow your product, grow your customer base. So in this case, you'll first you have already rectified all the flaws that were coming in your product during the inception phase, and you are ready to go to the market. So you will need marketing activities. So marketing activities can be multiple. There are multiple channels. Some are digital channels, like Facebook, Google, and website ads, where you can see a lot of ads running on various websites, Google and Facebook. So these are known as digital marketing channels. A channel is a medium from where you can run an ad. And then there are certain offline ads, offline mediums like print media, like magazines, newspapers. Then you have television. So all these are known as offline mediums, which are not online, but they're offline. So you can use any of the channels online and offline for marketing, and see how your channels are performing. So this in this stage, the requirement of data tracking is mainly around marketing. So data tracking will be focused around marketing activities, what type of channels you are using, what type of creative, the you can say creative ads that you are showing to customers, how they are reacting, and which creatives are performing well, which are not performing well, which channels are doing good. So accordingly, you'll have to optimize your spends. You'll have to put budgets from one channel to another if one channel is not performing, and you have to see which channel is giving you more and more customers, where you are getting more popularity. So you'll do the shuffling of budgets again and again. So this stage mainly focuses around marketing activities, and all the data that is being tracked will be focused around marketing activities. That doesn't mean that we will not track product. So we'll keep on tracking product, but additional data required is from marketing activities so that we can understand how marketing channels are performing. So now in okay, so I have one question. This question is coming from Martin. So Martin is saying, how can offline data be tracked by online data? Okay, so Martin, to answer your question, basically, let me explain you with an example. So suppose you are running your ads on TV. Now, if you're running your ads on television, if the ad is impactful, if people are liking your ad, then your search volumes will increase in Google. People will type your name in Google and search your company and open your website. So if you see a jump in that activity, if you see the jump in search volumes, which can be tracked, which Google Analytics or Google AdWords tell you very precisely what is the search volume of your keyword, it means that your ad is impactful. If you do not see an increase in your website visits, direct visits, and search visits, that means that your ads are not impactful. So that's how you can track offline activity as well from marketing data, from online data. So now third stage of companies is mainly once you have established yourself, once you have created your market, once you have set up your product, everything is running fine, running smooth. Now product needs to keep on improving. You have to keep on renovating your product. You have to keep it fresh. You have to because people might get bored. You're using your same product, same UI again and again. So you have to constantly improve it. It's like a constant improvement process. So product motivation will keep on happening every time in market. Now you'll have to divide your activities into two phases. One phase or one segment will look at existing customers, where you have to retain your existing customers. You have to churn more money out of them. You have to make more money from them. And second sector is, again, you have to keep on acquiring new customers. So your focus will be divided into three sections. First, you will focus on the existing customers. You can run email campaigns. If you have email, if you have registered members in your portal, you can send emailers, marketing emailers. You can send them push notifications, and there are many activities that can be done to retain back or to gain back the existing customer. And if you want to target new, you have to acquire new customers. So again, you will continue your marketing efforts which you were doing in growth phase to increase your customer base. So, and thirdly, you have to again keep a track on your product features, whatever modifications you are doing, whatever improvements you are doing. You have to keep a track on them, whether they are whether it's improving for good or it's not improving for good, or your customers are not reacting as expected in with the new changes. So you have to revert the old changes. So that's how this digital media analytics is all about. So it's all about tracking data, understanding from data how you can work in a better way, how you can improve your product features, product modifications, and basically ultimately how you can deliver more revenues and growth. Which interactions are important for an e-commerce website? This question has been asked by Sophia. So Sophia, hold on to this thought. We'll just discuss this in some time. Give me a couple of minutes. Let me talk about this slide. Then we'll talk about this as well. Then I'll take up this question. Now, these are some of the measurable digital media KPIs. So as it was asked, what do you mean by KPI? So KPI is a key performance indicator. So KPI, if it's assumed that if you cannot measure something, then you will not be able to improve. So on that point, so if suppose I'm not able to measure like how many visits I'm getting, then I can never improve on number of visits, because it's an important KPI for me. It's a performance indicator for me. How many visits I'm getting. Suppose today I got 100 visits. Tomorrow I got 1,000 visits. It means there is an improvement. So that's how we define KPI, key performance indicators. So now there are various KPIs which can be used to measure the various you can say attributes of your product or attributes of your mobile app and website. For example, in products we have various KPIs like user engagements, user interactions, product touch points. So user engagement means if someone is getting engaged. Let me do one thing. Let me show this live to you. Let me open a website for you and we'll talk about this in live. Okay, so for a quick reference, I've already opened Amazon.in. I hope you can see this website. So if you look at this website, then one person can do multiple activities. I can click on here, your Amazon.in. Let me use a highlighter. Yeah, so now it's easier. It's visible to all, right? Okay. So now I can click on this, your Amazon.in. It will take me to certain page. If I want to check what are today's deal, I can click on today's deal. And so all these are known as user interactions, user engagement. So basically I'm getting engaged with the website. I can use the search box. If I want to search for mobile phones, I can say type in mobiles. Let me do one thing. Let me do one search for you. Let me type in mobile. Now when I click on search, so this search will get tracked. Amazon knows that someone has searched for mobile and it will show me results for mobile. Now this is again a trackable data. All this is data that needs to be tracked so that Amazon understands like what customers are doing on their portal, what they're searching for. And suppose if I click on this product, they know that someone clicked on this product, it will get tracked. This interaction will get tracked so that they can understand how many clicks happened on this product, so that it will give a fair idea of what is the demand and what is the so that they can maintain the supply accordingly. Now suppose when I come to this page, this is known as a product page. It's about product. So here I can see various options that I can do. I can check reviews, I can check customer reviews, ratings, I can see questions answered. So I can do a whole lot of activity and finally decide to buy or not to buy. So all this is product interactions. So coming back to our presentation, so the things that are measurable from product angle are user engagements, user interactions, product touch points such as images, reviews, feedbacks, comparing of products. So company can track how these are performing, how many clicks happened on a website, how many reviews were viewed, how many people wrote feedback, how many people compared the products, and if it's growing day by day, it's growing week by week, month by month, it means that your interactions are improving. So your product features, whatever changes you are making is being liked by customers. They are interacting more and more. So this is the responsibility of product team, tech team, to together make improvements on this section. So together they are responsible for products and they are responsible for improving these metrics. Now, next measurable KPI, digital media KPI is for marketing team. So in marketing team, we have a lot of marketing channels. We have social media marketing channel, we have email marketing, we have display, paid search, referral marketing. So again, the marketing team has to be on top of these numbers. They have to keep on checking these numbers, whether they're improving or they're not improving. So this is again a key performance indicator, how your marketing is performing. Suppose I want to see how many visits I got from social media. So if the numbers are increasing day by day, week by week, or I see that certain day there is a fall, it means the channel did not perform. So I need to deep dive further what happened, and probably my indicator tells me that I mean I'm not this channel is not working for me. So so these are all the channels which are measurable by digital media, by Google Analytics, and we can track how it's performing, how your website or mobile app is performing on these channels: social media, email, display, paid search, referral, and as we discussed earlier, offline marketing channels as well. Next important KPI for any website or mobile app, digital media KPI, is technology. So technology team, mainly tech team, needs to understand and keep a track of website downtime, average speed. So usually what happens, we feel that websites are running 100% of the time, but it's not so. So every website goes down for certain times, say 99% of the time they are up and running, maybe 1% of the time they are down. So this report tells you, Google Analytics tool helps you track what time your website is down and what time it's up, and then it also helps you understand what is the average speed. So usually it has been established that if a website takes more than 5 seconds to open, then it's highly likely that you'll lose the customer, or you'll lose the interest of the viewer. So it's always important to keep a low average time, page load time, and your average speed should be as high as possible. So usually your page should load as quickly as possible so that your customers are engaged with your website and they do not lose interest. So all these parameters can be tracked in Google Analytics, and they are tracked in Google Analytics, and reports are prepared so that you can look at it on a daily basis or a weekly basis or monthly basis, and you can figure out where are the issues and you can rectify them before you start losing business. So some are again, some important features in technology could be like you have some website specific features, like you're using some videos or audios, so all that can be tracked. Now Coming back to the question asked by Sophia, Sophia asked which interactions are important for an e-commerce website. So Sophia, as we discussed, product interactions are very, very important for e-commerce website, user engagement, user interactions. So when customer comes to your website, he looks at what are the products available. Suppose he is in search of, he wants a mobile phone. So he will in search box, he will type mobile and see what options are available and accordingly choose one of them. Apart from that, once he land to a product page, he may understand its features, he may compare that product with various other products and then finally take a call. So all these interactions are important from an e-commerce point of view. Secondly, if you look at the last column, that is sales and revenues. So here, let me use a highlighter. Yeah. So if you look at the sales and revenue section, so here you will see that we have products sold, revenues generated. These are again very important parameters or very important KPIs from a e-commerce point of view. So what they tell is how many products were sold, how many revenues were generated, what was the average revenue per product sold, what was the average revenue per transaction. So usually if a company has a target to improve the revenues, an e-commerce company, so there are two ways. Either it can increase the cost of the product that are being sold, or it can increase the number of products being sold. So basically that's why these parameters become very important. So you can play with either of the levers. Either you can focus on more costly products to be sold, so your average revenue per transaction, average revenue per product sold increases, or you focus on selling more and more products where your marketing cost increases and you market more and more, get more and more customers on your portal. So these are few of the parameters which are important from an e-commerce perspective. So now let's look at how a Google Analytics look like, how a Google Analytics you can say interface looks like. Okay, so this is how when you log in into Google Analytics, you can see this data. So what I'll do is I'll show you the data from my website, copenexpress.in. So now if you look at this website, you'll see some graph, some numbers. Don't get afraid, we'll talk about them one by one. So first, what happens, the first graph, I'll again use a highlighter. Yeah, so this graph that you see, this is about sessions. So it tells you how many people have visited your portal during this time frame. So if I want to change the date, I can change the date from here. I can select here, I can just pull this drop down and I can select any month I want. Suppose I want August month, I can select on August. I can set a custom date range from here, or I can pull this drop down and select today, yesterday, last week, last month, any option that I want. So let me take a custom date for September month. So I click on this month and I get 1st September till 30th September data, click on apply. Yeah. So now this graph that you see is sessions. So it means how many people have visited your portal or your mobile app or your website. So if you look at the patterns, you can deduct a lot of things. For example, here I see it's pretty much steady. So I don't see huge sharp jumps except for a couple of days on 22nd September and then on 11th September. So basically both of these days I was doing some marketing activity. So the jump is justified. So it also proves that whatever marketing activity I was doing actually worked, it did well. So I got some good visits on these 2 days when I did some marketing activities. So on Saturday I saw there was a dip. So basically because website was down and last this day. So all these numbers, when you superficially look at it, they give you a fair idea how your sessions are performing, how many visitors you are getting, and whether they're improving or not. So now if I take a longer period, let's say I take it from uh, Jan 1st. Now you can see the pattern more clearly. It's loading. So instead of, let me take it by month. Here also you can see that there are options hourly, day, week, month. Now see. Now I have month by month pattern. So I can see that I saw a good jump in May, June, July. Then when I stopped my marketing activities, I saw a fall. I saw a dip in August, which fell again in September. So all these trends help you understand where you are moving, how your product or website is moving ahead. So suppose if you have a certain, if the company wants to grow, your web traffic itself is not growing, then you cannot grow. So you have to focus on improving your web traffic. So this is one parameter that helps you understand how you're moving on, how you're moving ahead. So similarly, we can see certain definitions here. We see sessions, users. I'll just talk about them one by one because they're important. So sessions, as we discussed, how many visits are happening to your website. That is termed as sessions. Users means how many people are actually viewing your website. So like we opened Amazon. Now I can open this website again 2 times. I have opened it once. Now if I type again Amazon.in, it will open second time. So this is again session. So this is 2 session, 1 user. Now if I go to any page, I open gift cards, this is one more page. So but session is same. So in same session, in 2 sessions, I have opened one more page. I have opened the same page. We'll talk about page views later. So this is known as a page view. Okay, so user means one person who can open session multiple times. So we have 7,000 sessions in this data and 5,000 users have generated these sessions. Now page views, as I was talking, I am one user, I have generated one session. Now I can open, if I open 5 pages, if I click on 5 links, 5 new pages will open. So that will be known as a page view. So suppose this is 2 page view. Now if I open this product page, this will be third page that I'm opening. So all these will be counted in page views. So one session is opening 3 pages. So that's how we define page view. So basically the importance of page view is to tell you how many users are opening how many pages. So for example, here we see 5,242 users have generated 12,000 page views. It means on an average, one user is opening 2 pages, more than 2 pages. And if you look at sessions, it means how many times people opened your website uniquely. So how many times your website was opened out of 7,000 times, 12,000 page views were generated. It means pages per session was 1.7. Now this is a very important parameter, pages per session. It's ideally expected, especially in if it's a news website or it's a blog or it's a content based website. Content based websites are mainly news websites, article websites which contains articles. It's expected that you read more and more articles, that you browse more and more articles on those websites, you read more and more content, you consume more content, so that they can generate revenues from advertising. So on those, especially in those websites, pages per session should be as high as possible. So that is one of the KPI, that is one of the objectives of product team, to create website in such a way, to create content in such an attractive way that pages per session keep on improving. So pages per session means how many pages were opened in one session. So it means that 7,188 sessions generated these many page views. So this page views divided by sessions will give you pages per session. Next parameter is average session duration. Now again, this is expected to be high, especially in content website, where it's expected that you will consume more and more content. You read articles, you understand product, you read reviews. So there are certain review sites like example is TripAdvisor. So where you read hotel reviews and then decide finally what you want to do. So average session duration is expected to be high. Now, contrary to review sites, there are certain sites which want to capture your information. We mainly term them as landing pages. For example, if you let's say if you want to book a flight, so now in this such case or such scenario, probably the website may want you to immediately select the flights, book it, and be done with it. So that is one example where average session per duration expectation might be low. Company might expect you to spend less time on the website and immediately do the action that is required. Sorry. Another example could be you are viewing a property website. Now, after viewing a property website, you reach the landing page. Now, in landing page means where you have to enter your information. Now, company will want to capture information as quickly as possible so that it can pass it on to the sales team who will contact and probably hard sell you at a later stage. So there are these type of websites as well who focus on capturing your information, who focus on generating leads from your information. And in those cases, pages per session and average session duration is expected to be low, so that immediately you come to the website, you land to the website, you do the required activity, and so that data is passed on to the further teams to carry on, and you move out. But in general cases, in most of the website, in all other normal websites, these parameters are expected to be as high as possible. So that you can customers can interact with your product, they can understand your website, they can understand your mobile app, and accordingly work on it. Now, next important parameter is bounce rate. Bounce rate means anyone who comes to the website and closes the website without doing any activity will count to a bounce. So for example, 100 people opened your website. Out of 100 people, 20 people closed the website without doing any activity. They just opened your portal. They realized, oh, I have landed on a wrong website, or probably what I'm looking forward for is not here, and they close the browser. So they will count as a bounce. So 20% will be bounce rate. Out of 100, 20 just bounced off. Now this is a very important parameter, and looking at this parameter tells a lot about the type of traffic that you are getting on your website. So ideally, bounce rate is expected to be low. It is expected that most of the websites want bounce rate to be low so that people come to the website, they browse content, they watch, they go to various pages, they interact with portal, and then close it. But there are some websites which are information websites, very specific websites. Let's say, for example, Wikipedia. Now, if you're searching for a content and you get it on the first page, you will actually read the content and close the website without doing any activity. You will bounce off. So those websites have high bounce rates, and it's acceptable because their purpose is getting solved. But bounce rate actually means in all other all other type of websites, in most of the websites, it's expected that bounce rate should be low, so that customer who is landing on your website, he should interact with your website, he should understand what various options are available, and he should, if it's a lead form, he should fill the form. If it's a e-commerce website, he should browse products, understand products. If any activity you do, then it will not be counted as a bounce. So if a customer is bouncing, it means that he's not at all interested in your website. There can be multiple reasons why people bounce off. So it could be that your marketing campaigns are not displaying the correct message. The expectation that has been set is wrong. Or it could be that your website is not working properly. Maybe you have released a new feature and now click button is not working. Person wants to click, go to the next stage, but is not able to go to. So, uh, I mean, he will be compelled to close the website and move on. So that's why bounce rates are important. They help you track how your performance has improved. So if you see bounce rate reducing, it means you're getting good customers, you're getting good visits from customers, your marketing channels are doing good, the expectation set has been correct. People are suppose now how do I let me explain this with an example. Let's say I am running an offer, buy one get one free. Now this offer was running for 1 month. So accordingly, my marketing channels were displaying the banners which says buy one get one free, and in Google Ads I was running buy one get one free. Everywhere I was running this ad, buy one get one free. After 1 month, the offer got over on the portal. Now there's no product which talks about buy one get one free, but I didn't stop my marketing campaign. It's still running as it is. So now when people come, whenever they see my ad, they have an expectation that when I buy one, I will get one free. But when they click on that ad and land to my web page, finally that offer is over. It's not there. So the expectation has not been met. I set a certain expectation to a customer which I was not able to meet finally when they came to my portal. So it's obvious they'll close the browser and they'll move on. So that will generate a bounce. So bounce rates are a very important you can say parameter to measure how your product is performing, if there are any technical issues, if there are any technical bugs, or how your marketing channels are performing, if your marketing expectation has been set correctly or not. So that's why it helps you tracking this. Next parameter is new percentage new sessions. Now percentage new sessions is something that helps you understand how many new people are visiting your website. So this has to be defined by company whether this number is desirable to be high or it's desirable to be low. So for growing companies or companies who are in aggressive customer acquisition mode, this number is desirable to be high. It means that you are acquiring more and more new sessions. But for a company which is already a well-established player, this number is desirable to be low, so which focuses mainly on repeat businesses. So it's a strategic call, and companies define it based on their strategy. So sometimes they want to go very aggressive in the market, so this number is expected to be high during those durations. Sometimes a company decides that it's time to slow down and focus on existing customers, then this number is desired to be low, so that you spend more marketing activities on existing customers and you do a lot of activities to gain back your customers. Then we have a lot of reports sorry, We have reports like language, which tells you what type of language your visitors are using. So this report is very helpful to understand. Suppose I am selling my product in US. So now if I am getting a person who speaks Russian, it usually means that my website is English. He may not understand. So that's how this language reports help you understand like what type of visits you are getting, what percentage is your target audience, what percentage of audience that you are getting is not your target audience, so that you can modify your marketing campaigns and plan accordingly. So a lot of time it happens that your customers that are coming to your portal are not relevant because your marketing campaigns were not set properly, or there were some certain other issues that other people from non-relevant people got to know about your sites and they are opening it. So it mainly means that you have to realign your marketing strategies so that you can focus on your target audience, the people whom you want on your website. Similarly, we have country reports, we have city reports, we have system reports like which browser people are coming from, so that you can make sure that your product is working well on those browsers at least, if not all. So let's say if I see that 90% of the customers are coming from Chrome, and 10% or 9% are coming from Firefox, and only 1% are coming from Internet Explorer. So if there is a major issue in Internet Explorer, for the time being I can ignore, because I am getting only 1% audience from that. I can focus more of my resources, more of my time in fixing the issues which are in Chrome and Firefox. So that's how these browser reports help you understand from which you are getting, which browsers are giving you relevant traffic. Similarly, we have operating systems, service provider, mobiles. So there are multiple reports. This is just a very, you can say this is the tip of the iceberg that we have touched today, that we are looking at. There are lots of hundreds of reports. Then if you expand this on the left hand side, then we have dashboards, audience overview, we have acquisition reports, behavior reports. Then we also track conversions, like what happens when person lands on your website. So suppose someone is filling a form or someone is buying a product, then what is his journey? How is he traversing to that product, to that checkout page? So all this information is available here and trackable here, which we'll do through the course. So this is this course all about tracking and understanding and improving your product. So now, if you have any queries, please feel free to ask. We have a lot of time to answer your queries. So whatever we have touched today was mainly a demo. It was just to explain you what Google Analytics is, how powerful Google Analytics is, and if used properly, how it can help you to improve your products, how it can help you to track data, understand what your customers are doing, how your marketing campaigns are performing, and how you need to modify things. So I'll be taking questions. Any questions, any queries, please feel free to ask. Okay, I have a question by Mohan. Mohan is asking, please elaborate how offline marketing can be measured by online mediums. Okay, so Mohan, I have already answered this question. I'll answer this again. So I'll take an example. So first of all, suppose we have an e-commerce website and we are running a television ad. Now, when you will run the ads, if your ad is impactful, if people are able to recollect your company's name and they want to purchase from your website, so what they will do is either they'll open the website directly, or they will search on Google your brand name. Let's say example is Mocart, some arbit example, MOCART, mocart.com. So they'll type Mocart on Google, press enter, and they, whatever the link comes for Mocart, they'll click on it and go. So two things will improve. First, your direct visits, people who are typing your website address on the browser and opening, and second, the search results of your brand. So if these two numbers are improving, it means your offline campaigns are effective. Your TV ad is effective. Same thing you can track for print media as well. If people are opening your website, if you have run a print media, so now this can be very targeted. Suppose I want to launch my campaign only in a specific state or specific city. So I can see from that city itself how search volumes and direct traffic has improved. Till that level, Google Analytics can help me understand. As we saw, there were some city reports, sorry, so it can help me understand how it's working in those cities, on those states, and I can accordingly take a call. I can take a judgment. I can make a judgment whether my campaign is working well or not. Natasha has asked a question: how to integrate analytics to your website? Okay, so Natasha, Google Analytics is a JavaScript code. So there is a code that you have to add on the page of your website. So every website, every web page that you want to track, you will have to add a piece of code, JavaScript code, that will be available from Google Analytics. I can show you here. Let me show you to make it very clear. When you click on admin, this is the admin section. Here you will see this tracking info. When you click on tracking info, you can click here tracking code. So here you can see this code. This is a JavaScript code, JavaScript, I mean script function. So this entire code has to be pasted on each of your page to start tracking. So once this code has been pasted on your website, Google Analytics will start tracking automatically, and you'll start getting data collected in the analytics. If you want to understand how analytics work, how data is collected, then this JavaScript codes keep on sending the information to Google Analytics server, and the information includes website, information includes browser details, information includes your system detail, your operating system, your every detail that it can track, like how many times you've opened the session, what activities you are doing. If you want to track clicks, then you'll have to add few more codes to track that event, click event. So it's known as an event. So you'll be putting additional codes to track the click event, and it will send that information as well. So accordingly, the data will start getting collected in Google Analytics. It will start building in Google Analytics, and you'll have all the sets of data. Okay, another question is by Josephine. Josephine is asking, what is the optimal bounce rate on a website? Okay. So Josephine, honestly, there's nothing like optimal bounce rate on a website. So it's expected that bounce rate should be as low as possible. Now, when you do a lot of marketing activities, aggressive marketing, you want visits on your website, so you might involve a lot of marketing channels. So some channels will give you good bounce rates, some channels will give you high bounce rates. So usually what happens when a lot of marketing activity is involved, then your bounce rate increases, because you will get all sorts of visits which probably are not your target audience as well. So it's always advisable to sector your audience very, very properly, to target your audience in a very precise manner, and then run any marketing campaign. So the lower the bounce rate, the better it is. It means, because you are spending some money in getting the audience. Now, if that audience is simply bouncing off, you are just spending that money, you are just wasting that money. So it's advisable to do marketing campaigns in a very, very targeted, with a very, very targeted audience, with a strict audience, so that you're not wasting any money. So bounce rates are in control. Another question is by Maria. Maria is asking, how can I understand the reasons for bounces and improve it? Okay. So Maria, I discussed this point, what happens if you see a high bounce rate. There can be multiple reasons. One reason could be your portal itself is not working, your product itself is not working. Maybe a new feature was released and it was released with certain bugs, or uh, 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 I mean there are some click buttons which are not working. So that could be one issue from product side. Maybe rendering time is very high, or maybe the load time is very high. So customers are just bouncing off out of irritation, that they're not able to wait, or they're not able to use the product. They want to, but they're not able to. That's one reason. So you have to test the website whether everything is working fine or not. Second possible reason is from the visits that are happening. Probably the expectation that was set, or those customers which are coming to your portal, are not the right customers who will do any interaction on your website. They came accidentally. Maybe wrong expectations were set, and during the marketing, or during the running of your marketing campaigns, or they were being you are getting the visits from not so relevant audience websites where you can get good traffic from. So those are the reasons for bounces. So so usually two activities involve to improve the bounce rates. Is first, check your product, everything is working fine, and then second, check your marketing activities, if everything is working, if target audience is correct, if everything is fine. If still you see a high bounce rate in spite of if in spite of a good targeted audience, and in spite of everything working fine, it means that your product needs improvement. So you'll have to check various iterations. You have to improve your product, you have to change features, and see which feature is working best, which feature helps you reduce the bounces. Okay, another question is by Greg. He's asking, what are custom dashboards in GA? Okay. Okay, so this is a specific question, and I am happy Greg mentioned it. So basically what happens, uh, Google Analytics gives you option of dashboards, We'll touch all these points during the course. I'm just telling you since question was asked, what are dashboards? So dashboards are something that will give you a snapshot of everything, of whatever view you want. For example, if you look at this page, you can see, I can see sessions data. Now, if I go to dashboard, if suppose I want to share data with my CEO, he may be interested in much more parameters apart from sessions. He might be interested in revenues. He might be interested in bounces. He might be interested in sessions. So I can create dashboards which will give you custom view. For example, I have created few dashboards. I'll show you. Let's say, okay, VP dashboard. So probably this data is important, or you can say this data is for VP dashboard, or let me use this management dashboard. Suppose if I want to present performance to a management, higher management, like how our website is performing, what are the KPIs doing. So probably I'll use this dashboard. I can show him that this is total visits, how many new visits I got, what is the average visit duration, and then which devices visits happen. I see that mobile is just 20%, desktop is 78%, which will help him take strategic calls, what to do next. And then I can show him country data. So this is a dashboard. This is a typical dashboard. This can be customized. It can be created the way you want, the reports you want, and added on it. So that's how we create custom dashboards, and this is how it works out. Okay, so I have another question by Kumar. Kumar is saying it will be very helpful if you could show some examples of event related analytics. Will it come under intelligence events dashboard? Okay. So Kumar, to answer your query, uh, event related dashboards is like when you click on something, when you click on a website feature. For example, this is a website that we have opened. If you click on something, if you click on this banner, it expands. Now I can track this. This will be an event. So if this is getting tracked, then an event is called, and you can see how many events have been triggered. And suppose, let's say in this page I saw 1,000 visits. Out of 1,000 visits, 100 people clicked on it, 100 events were tracked. So it means my conversion rate in this page is 10%. 10% people who are opening this page are clicking on this. Now it can be a very important event for me, or it can be optional event for me. Suppose if this is a form, then it's an important compulsory event for me. Then it becomes a deadlock for me that out of 100 people, only 10 people are clicking on it. So I need to focus on improving it. That's how event tracking helps you. In dashboard, you can pull out the events, you can track, you can pull out this event, how many people clicked on this banner. So that will help you track how it is performing, how that specific event is performing. So events are very, very specific to the event that you want to do. I can click this banner. I can even a search. If I initiate a search, if I type here mobile and click on search, that can be another event tracked in a different event, search event. So again, a company can track how many people visited the home page and how many people searched, used this search box to basically reach to their product. So if suppose the percentage is very high, it means most of the people are using it. So it's a very important widget for the company, and they will try to improve this section. They will try to improve this widget so that it becomes more and more user friendly and people are using it more and more. So that's how events can be tracked, and measuring events helps you understand a lot of things. Okay. Next question is, uh, hi, my name is Pranav. What may be a good digital marketing strategy for a lead generation website? Okay. So Pranav, for a lead generation websites, good digital marketing strategy is first, your landing page should be very, very relevant. Your landing page or the page on which customers are landing on should not contain any diverting link. So, for example, if I land my customer on this page, the one which you are seeing right now, now customers can click, customers can click on this page, customer can click on this page, they can click on a lot of links, and I will lose the customer. They will not fill the lead and submit. So you should first objective is to get the customer fill the lead form, and then do whatever he wants to do. So your landing page should be very, very important, very, very should not contain any diverting links. That's the most important point. And then of course your marketing depends on what is your target segment. You have to market your product to that target segment. Mahmood says, I thought uh, today's webinar is very advanced. Okay, So, Mahmood, I just wanted to tell you that basically this webinar is mainly about letting you know what all things are possible in Google Analytics. So there are mainly three important things. First, you need to, it helps you track data. It helps you track website data, and there are various things that can be done on the website. So this will help you, this tool, Google Analytics tool will help you track all the aspects of the data so that you can understand and improve your website. That's the objective of this tool. Next question is by Rahul. How can I get certified in Google Analytics? Okay. So Rahul, good question. So basically this course will help you understand Google Analytics, after which you can take the certification very easily. You can clear the exam very easily without any, you can say, issues, because most of the things will be cleared in this course. Also, we'll give you lifetime access to this course, this module, so that you, whenever you are giving your certification exam for Google Analytics, you can refer this course. So Google Analytics certification is given by Google. There is an online exam that you have to take, and definitely this, if you take this course, it will help you in clearing that exam, because the topics which are covered in this course are more or less, that covers entire Google Analytics. So definitely you'll have a better understanding. Okay, Ashita has asked another question. The data available on Google Analytics is recorded in live or batch mode. Okay, to answer the question, Ashita, I'll show you directly through the dashboard itself. So basically, Google Analytics records the data, uh, and most of the data that you see is available in batch mode. But it also show you live data. For example, if I click here real time, click on overview, then it will show you in real time how many people are available on your website, or how many people have opened their website. So right now there are 0 persons. You will see top referrals from where they are coming. You will see social traffic from where they are coming, which social traffic they're coming. You'll see top keywords which they've used to come. So per minute you can see, like some time back there was 1 person who viewed the page. So it will show you live data as well. Apart from that, most of the reports are which are available, like audience reports, acquisition reports, most of them are batch time reports. So Google takes around 2 to 3 days to collate this data in a proper presentable format, and then after 2 3 days the data stabilizes so that you can use it. So another question is by Abbas. Is it possible to extract the data of website visitors to use remarketing? Yeah, Abbas, definitely you can profile your customers. So to others who don't know what remarketing is, let me talk about remarketing first. So basically remarketing is the activity of marketing in which a customer who visits your website, now wherever he goes, whichever websites you open, you will show your ad to that customer. You know that this was the customer who came to my website, and you can control the ads that are being shown to that customer. So that is known as, that term is known as remarketing. This is a very layman definition for people who don't know what remarketing is. Now the question of Abbas is it possible to extract the data of website to use remarketing? Basically what he means is, can you use Google Analytics for remarketing? So yes, Abbas, Google Analytics can be used for remarketing. You can profile the customers. You can create pages which customers have visited. You can segment them, and you can use the data in Google AdWords to remarket or bring that customer back to your website. Okay, another question is by Jessica. Jessica is asking, what is the difference between a Google Premium account and Google Analytics free account? So Jessica, Google Analytics premium account is paid. I think it's highly costly. It costs around somewhere around $150,000 per annum. So apart from that, in Google Analytics premium account, you will get a dedicated account manager who will help you set up the Google Analytics account, who will put up the codes in each page, who will decide your tracking strategy, and you'll get some free perks, like you can also get data, raw data. Whereas in Google Analytics free account, you'll have to set up things yourself. But remain assured that most of the accounts, more than 80% of the people are using Google Analytics free account. So around 53% of total existing websites use Google Analytics, of which more than 80% of the people use Google Analytics free account. So any activity that we want to track on a day-to-day basis, or that we want to track on a normal basis, is easily trackable in Google Analytics free account. So that is the reason why Google Analytics is so popular, because it's freely available. and that's the reason why most of the people use Google Analytics free account. Having said that, Google Analytics premium account is much more costly, and you'll get some definitely premium services like, as I mentioned, dedicated account managers, etc. So usually these are used by more data, you can say centric companies like bankings or insurance companies who can afford those premium accounts and who have very specific requirements. Okay, so next question is by Natharsha. Some parameters showing data not set. Say for example, country, what it is. Okay, so basically data not set means that Google Analytics is not able to identify that country. So there are many small countries, and sometimes those IP providers are not in the Google's list. Daily new companies come up, new companies, many companies close down. So Google is not able to identify them yet. In that case, it will be clubbed in data not set or data not available parameter. Okay, Vedagrish has asked a question. Google Analytics can't be used by you and me to test the traffic on Amazon.in, correct? Definitely, Vedagrish. So Google Analytics cannot be used to track any website. It can be used only to track your website. So if you have access to it, you can check it. If you don't have access to it, you cannot. In fact, Amazon doesn't even use Google Analytics. Amazon uses a proprietary tool created in-house for tracking digital media analytics. So Google Analytics is just one of the digital media analytics tools. There are a lot more tools available. There is Omniture, there is Site Catalyst, then we have Delta X, and there are many more tools which are useful for tracking data analytics. But Google Analytics is the most popular tool, primarily because it's a Google product. So it's easily integrate, easy integratable with other products as well, like Google AdWords, Google AdSense, and other Google like SEO products. So that's why Google Analytics is most popular. But definitely you cannot track others' website. You cannot track what Amazon is doing. Sorry. Recently, Google has launched a feature where you can track your competitor segment. For example, if you are an e-commerce company which focus on apparels, then you can track how apparels as a segment is performing in India. That can be tracked. For example, your bounce rate is 70%. In general, other websites who have shared their data with Google Analytics, collectively, as an industry average, the bounce rate is 50%. That can be tracked. But you cannot track individual website how it is performing. Okay, guys, any further queries? We have a couple of more minutes. Please shoot out your questions. It's your time. It's your chance to ask anything that you want. Okay, one question has come up about the details of the course. Okay, so this course is basically it's a 8 module course. So 2 hours classes every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that's how it will work out. And so every week we'll have modules as well. So every module has a test, a short test that will judge your knowledge after the module. And there are certain assignments that will help you understand how things are working out. Also, I will give you access to the Google Analytics account of my website so that you can practice in live. You can see things in live, you can work in live, and you can understand how things are performing apart from normal presentation that we have. Plus it will be an interactive class like we are having right now. So if you have any queries, you can ask me anytime then and there, and I will resolve it, and we'll see how it works out. Okay guys, any further queries? So basically this course will help anyone who wants to understand digital media, who wants to understand how to improve your website or how to improve your mobile app, basically how things are working, what are the various important parameters. So any enthusiast who is interested in getting into e-commerce industry, or any person who wants to create his own website, or any analytical guy who wants to understand what are the various analytical requirements in this in digital media which are trackable, which can help you improve your websites, which help you give better returns to your employer. So this course is very relevant for them. So it will be good for product managers to understand how their product initiatives are working, how various product features are performing, and It will also be good for marketing managers to do this course, because it will help them understand how they can track performance from various marketing channels, and how they can optimize and improve the mix of the channel that they're using for marketing. For a small example, let's say I'm using, I have say $100. I am spending 10% on Google, I'm spending 10% on Facebook, I'm spending 80% on various ads, digital ads running on various websites. Now I realize I'm getting more returns from Facebook as compared to ads. It makes more sense for me to divert all my money to Facebook. So all this information comes from this data. So this course will definitely help you understand how to take strategic calls, how to make strategic decisions, and improve your website, improve your revenues, and ultimately help serve your customer better. So guys, if you have any further queries, please, we have a couple of more minutes. Okay, so one question has been asked by Pranav. Pranav is asking, is it possible to know how many searches were made on a particular keyword in Google? Yeah, Pranav, it's very, very possible. So you can track, if each and specific keyword, you can track how many searches happened on a particular keyword in Google. So for example, let's say we have opened Amazon. So I can tell you exactly how many searches happen for the keyword Amazon in a month. So it can be tracked. It's very, very easily trackable. Apart from that, if you have a website, you have a search box on your website, you can also track which keywords are being searched from your website, and how many time, what was the volume of those searches happening. So that data has been tracked by Google Analytics, and Google, the keyword volumes, if it's generic, is being tracked by Google AdWords, but it helps us understand. Okay, guys, I think so. This session was mainly to introduce you to what Google Analytics is and how it can be used to take strategic calls to make important decisions that will help you improve your website and your revenues and your product, and help you basically manage expectations of your customers. So definitely, this is an important course for anyone who is interested in digital medium, who's interested in websites, who want to track things and improve things. So most of the times, what happens is we see like we are not getting sales, what to do, or we are not getting conversions, what to do. So this course will help you attack problems step by step method. It will help you look into where the problems are and how they can be resolved. There are multiple reports that help you track things, so you'll actually figure out what needs to be done and how to do it. So I would suggest, I would request you, in fact, please give us a feedback if you feel that the course is good. If you feel that the interaction was good, then please rate us good. If you feel there are certain points that I need to improve on, please mention that. So that's it from my side. Any further queries? Okay, guys, I think let's leave for the day. So any feedback, please give us. Please rate us, and if you have any queries, you can reach out to the support at Edureka. So a team is there all the time to help you out. If you want to know more details about the course, they'll be able to tell you. So this is about digital media analytics, or mastering Google Analytics. So they'll be able to help you out. So one question, I will take this last question, is coming from Praveen Devarkar. How to set up GA for a site? So Praveen, I have already answered this question earlier. I'll answer it once again. So basically there is a JavaScript code that comes from Google Analytics. You have to set that code in each and every page of your website, so that uh, Google Analytics can start tracking that web page. I'll show you. So when you go to admin section in Google Analytics, here you can see this tracking info. Click on this. Here is a tracking code. When you click on this tracking code, you will get this code: script, function, isogram, so and so. So this is a Google Analytics code. You have to copy this code, this script code, and place on your web page, preferably in the header section, so that as soon as your website is loaded, this code runs, and then your Google Analytics will start functioning. Okay, guys, thanks for your time. Please definitely do give a feedback. Have a nice day. Bye.